But just sometimes it's very frustrating. Oh yeah, the right's losing their mind currently over the Nazis dissolving. I mean, we've already called all this, y'all. Let's not fall for their bullshit. Yes, of course it's happening. It's two narcissists together. We all knew this was gonna happen. That's it, y'all. Things will improve eventually. It's just, I think we should avoid falling for the culture war nonsense shit. Because it's not all nonsense, let's be clear. There are lots of bad things going on and lots of bad messaging going on. But at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do, and if you're wasting your time fighting every enemy, well, you're gonna lose. I mean, give you an example. A lot of people that I see are arguing, arguably good reasons, for hating the new Lilo and Stitch, because it sucks compared to the old one. Don't at me. I've seen enough to see why people would think that it sucks. The whole reason people enjoyed the original Lilo and clearly I have some skip flies to deal with. But the reason people like the original Lilo and Stitch was because it was family. That's, I mean, has the stupid Fast and the Furious series literally robbed us of that? Because I realize it became the meme, oh family, family, I do this for family, we break the law and race for family. It became a meme, I get that. But the way Lilo and Stitch did it had a degree of actual meaning to it, being that they were like, it was a tale of two sisters and tragedy, and then an alien well not an alien baby, but an alien that needed a home, needed family, and that the alien creature that was a weapon originally grew into a loving member of the family, dysfunctional but still loving. And the whole message behind the message was a good one. It was, Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind. And in today's America, that's the message we fucking need, isn't it? I mean, in a world where, hey, do you want to take your kids with you when we deport you into El Salvador to possibly die in an internment camp? Or do we get to keep them? Our country's a terrible place doing terrible fucking things. And the least, absolute least we can do is acknowledge that fact. Most you can do, stuff that would actually be a benefit, would be to do something to change it. Even little things to change it would be better than nothing. But it's like, for example, y'all, since we're entering into a recession, don't let them lie to you. That's exactly what's happening. It's lots of things right now. I mean, for example, yeah, we can name Chaperone as an actress from bare bones, from nothing, became an artist. But outside of Chaperone, can anyone name me another non-Nepo baby? Someone that didn't get to where they're at because either their father or their mother was big in whatever field it was? I mean, I'm apparently partially facial blind because I didn't realize that Golden Boy, I didn't also look at the names admittedly very well, but I didn't realize that Golden Boy from Gen V was actually Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid. And I get it, he doesn't want to be a Nepo baby. Well, son, I don't want to be poor white trash, but we are what we were cast in unless we change it. If I don't want to be poor white trash, I need to sacrifice literally everything I've got and take one shot that might or might not pan out at being something more. If you want to not be a Nepo baby son, well then that's simple. Drop Schwarzenegger from your name, leave acting, leave singing and bodybuilding, and start yourself something new. Start something for yourself. Because for the record, when your daddy came over to this country, Arnold wasn't an actor at first, he was a bodybuilder. He built his brand, so him saying that the name always helped him out, well, duh, you built that name. I mean, it's like, it wasn't until I was watching my man Jordan Johnson talk about, Josh Jordan talk about the recent developments in the Diddy case. Diddy did everything. But it's like, yeah, I didn't realize that Diddy's father ran with the infamous fucking gangster that Sam L played in American Gangster. The man who literally committed a murder in front of everyone on the streets in New York, I want to say it was, or Chicago, and just got away with it because that's real power. And don't get me twisted here, folks. I'm not saying that's good power. I'm saying you can't argue that that's a powerful statement that he made when he did that. I mean, let's be clear, all this bullshit coming out from Diddy right now. The only reason that the U.S. government's even paying attention to this shit is Diddy might implicate a whole lot of Hollywood and other people in this shit. That's why they care, but all the other people are going to get in trouble now. But it's like, how many parties did Diddy have? How many people did Diddy rape? I mean, it's so bad now that, of course, they're putting bail that he can't afford up, which is saying something, because think about that. If you had a bail for $1 million, you just sitting in jail, right, homie? It's like, but why do you think they're doing that? It's simple. They don't want him to get out. Ideally, in their mind, he's going to Epstein himself so they can get away with all the horrible crimes they've done. Because, yeah, I strongly believe Epstein didn't kill himself. I think the Clintons might have had a hand in it, but you know who I think really had a hand in it? Trump. I mean, who's the one who's managed to keep saying what a good person he was, or how not terrible a literally our time's most notorious pedophile was? Because, yeah, other times might have had other people. Let's face it, the Catholic Church wins the prize for pedophilia, whatever fucked prize that may be. They did the most of it, they did the worst of it, and they still are doing the most of it. But, guys, that horrible thing happens in a lot of places, and, I mean, again, hot take, controversial take here, but I personally think we need to treat that particular thing like a disease.
Gotta pick it up.
I mean, for the record, I would never judge someone who has HIV. I would get mighty upset if the person who knew they had HIV was, like, spitting in my food. You know what I mean? It's, if you're attracted to kids, I'm willing to concede the ground that, okay, you can't help it. It's like any other attraction. You can't help it. It's just what you are, what you're attracted to. Fine. I'm not condoning it. I'm not approving it. I'm saying fine. So we should find a way to make it to where that doesn't happen. But why, I hear some of my edgier not viewers say. Well, here's the thing, bud. You can be gay and not hurt nobody. You can be lesbian and not hurt nobody. You can be cis, you can be A, you can whatever, and not hurt nobody. There is no way to not be a predator like that and not hurt anyone. In the absolute, I missed an orb somewhere. In an absolute best case scenario, and I missed the orb again. In an absolute best case scenario, you get with somebody that's like got a weird form of dwarfism, where, I think I'm saying that one right, but where basically they look like a child, but they are of age. And let's be clear, that's still creepy as fuck, but those very rare people exist, and I'm sure they need sexual partners too. Here, I'm glad that can's closed. The cat would have just put their nasty foot right in my can. Possibly cut themselves, which would have been real bad. Yeah, y'all, I've been up for about 3 hours, gotten some picking up done, gotten some cleaning done, picked up the dog shit because Alice is a little asshole and doesn't know how the fuck to walk outside to use the bathroom. And by that I mean, y'all, I'm at my wit's end with her. I'll do what I can. I love her and I don't want her to get in trouble, but it's like, have y'all ever had a pet like this? I can walk her every hour on the hour. I can take her outside. One, she'll fight to go outside because she doesn't want to go outside. It's Georgia heat and she's a cold weather dog. But she'll fight and not go outside. If I should manage to choke hold her and drag her outside and carry her outside like a giant sack of clothes or something, well then what'll happen is she'll stay on the porch. Or fight and about getting off the porch. So then I pick up this 90-pound dog, lift her onto my shoulder, and carry her down the stairs to let her go in the yard. Well, she sits there, and then she moves around. And then she comes inside, and nothing has been accomplished. I can do that every hour on the hour. She will come inside to shit on the floor. It feels almost like I've counterproductive trained her to shit in the house after we go outside. And I hate it. That's not what the intended goal was. I need to fix it. Any ideas, chat? Because I'm at my wit's end. At this point, I've been trying to find anyone who wanted to adopt her that she could go to that would be, you know, big yard, big house, literally anything, better life. If she really needs to be an outside working
The
dog.
barrens are as good a home as any pirate could ask for. It's remote, devoid of people, and perilous to get to. Here, I can live as a pirate king for the rest of my eternal days.
Yeah, this game was a little bit of an awakening in me. That's why I'm mildly good at it. Well, this game is what finally got me over my fear of hell. Don't know if y'all know this, being raised in the South, they imprint you with that shit. I mean, they literally train you to be more afraid of hell than to be afraid of strangers offering you candy. They train you to be less worried about a sussy family member than to be worried about their imaginary devil figure. So it's like, I played this game for hours. I collected the damn Souls orientation guide completely. And I, like, in my mind, I'm like, well, what if this was your eternity? And instead of being Johnny Gat, you were one of those poor fuck putts.
One more.
And I realized, you know, I mean, maybe it's not the prettiest scene, but as a husk in hell, you have upward mobility. You can go places. As a person here on Earth, what up? But I mean, the only way I can climb up any higher would be to go to college. Which, for me to go to college, would require me to work a third job. And in order to work a third job, I would most certainly, my grades would most certainly suffer, because I already have enough trouble with the brain fog and keeping up with things. Mostly because, you know, I haven't had a day that I haven't worked on things of some kind. And then, for example, to let you know how rough the morning was, the parts of it. None of my clothes fit anymore, chat. It's a downside of being poor. You gotta get good at resizing your shit, and I just haven't quite relearned how to take in the designs yet. Because I know as soon as I take in my pants, I'm gonna fall in love with fatty food again, or my metabolism's gonna slow down a bit. And I'm going to get fat, and then I'm going to have to let them back out. Not to mention, once again, I don't know how to downsize my pants as far as, like, ripping the seam out and sewing it back. So the best I can do is, like, take and not use a stapler, but, for lack of a better term, put a staple in it, sew that little crease in it, and then pop the staple out so I don't end up stabbing myself. But long story short, I don't have any pants that fit properly. I mean, I don't care, because none of my pants has ever really fit properly. I've always needed a belt or suspenders or something.
All right, matey.
But with Alice being the type of anxious chewer she is, she has chewed the crotch out of 3 pairs of shorts, the legs out of 4 pairs. She's chewed up so many pairs of jeans that I literally just... Most of my jeans be holier than this fucking game's plot line. And I just, again, I don't see a way to fix it.
Now let's
You know what I
practice your
mean?
aim.
I
Take
got
down
plans
the
to make
demons on
things
the
stylish,
island.
but then those plans require me to have enough attention to detail. There we go. Those plans require me to have enough attention to detail in order to actually do them. I can't sew blue jeans together to make a stylish mix of them if I'm so exhausted, burnt out. Why can't I oh. This is a stupid tutorial for a stupid tower. Summon power can be targeted to specific locations. Hold R1 to create and summon reticle. Aim the reticle onto a small island of the enemies, and release R1 to summon the enemy.
Few things are as rewarding as pressing someone into service, am I right? Now get going. There's a whole wide world waiting to be plundered.
Like I said, y'all, I try not to make these into bitch sessions, but it's gonna be that way for a little while. I mean, hell, y'all, what do you expect? Half the time I go to work, I do 2 to 3 positions to try to keep the team together. And I'm not the only one that does it, but I do 2 to 3 positions to try to keep the team together. Might or might not take a 30-minute break if I get the chance. And then typically, if I'm not closing, walk home the 4 or 5 miles. Sit down for 5 minutes, not get to stream like my initial plan is. Every time when I get home, I would like to go ahead, change out of my uniform, get comfy, and start streaming for y'all. That way I've got the events of the day. That never happens. That never happens. What I do is I sit here, I debate, am I going to try to sketch in the dark, or am I going to try to clean something? Inevitably, because my stomach's in knots or trying to eat itself, or I'm just burnt out, overheated, I just sit here and 2-3 hours passes in a blink.
Don't mind if I do.
But yeah, after that, I typically manage to do a stream, pass out mid-stream, and, you know, keep trying to rock it, because we live in a dystopian hellhole here in America. Like I said, that's why, as I pointed out in this game, at least in hell, there's upward mobility. I mean, Dean owns the fucking mining rights to hell. He didn't get it. Like I said, it would be... See, this is kind of sad, but hey, you want to know where you can see scrawny people, human-like skeletons sleeping on benches and barely surviving? Most inner cities in America. If you want to get super edgy and you want to see children's skeletons, well then I would suggest going to the Middle East, where America and Israel have basically been wholesale murdering children for, oh, what is 75 years? 2 generations? Either way. And at least here, everyone deserves it. You can't tell me... Oh, turn it around. Got hit from the other side. You can't tell me those Palestinian children deserve to be genocided by the U.S. government, one of the most powerful governments in the entire known world. And for the record, that's not a, ooh, wow, wave the flag, I'm proud of us. No, that's an embarrassment statement, y'all. Our country decided, feed our children, piss y'all. Healthcare for our elderly and the people that work their asses off, who cares? I want our murder squads to be the best, strongest murder squads the world has ever known. I want our murder machines to strike fear in the hearts of allies and enemies alike. And this is what we get. We got fascism. Y'all happy? I mean, any good members of the military have been silenced or removed, and they're carefully trying to build their sycophants. Because that, like in a Hunger Games scenario, they've got, you know, dissenters built in. Because, I mean, it says it right there on the code, you know, to defend all threats, both foreign and domestic. You believe that shit, right? I mean, it's the same as the do no harm oath. And yeah, doctors won't do any harm. The insurance company will. Doctor's not going to refuse your service. Now, Geico might. And if they refuse it, well, then the doctor's hands are tied. What can they do? The Hippocratic Oath only goes far enough to say they won't turn you into a lab rat. You know, unless the money's there for it. Because if the money's there for it, you can sign away that Hippocratic promise. Like I said, I constantly hear the right wing bitch and whine about bullshit like marriage. Fuck your marriage. Tell me when the fuck are we gonna get our oaths back? Because it's like, I could be mistaken. I have only gone through the intro to it. So I have about, oh my god. I have about as much knowledge as a police academy from the old movies knowledge of it. But if I'm not mistaken, don't they also take an oath to protect and serve the people? I mean, not the same as the military oath, but I mean, if you close your eyes and kiss them, they taste the same. I mean, again, I could be mistaken because I am not trained in that field. I'm a fry cook. Our oath is basically to not poison you intentionally. And let's face it, I have to tell Gavin to wash his hands to an extreme amount. It's like one of my coworkers doesn't know you're supposed to wash your hands after you touch your dick. Then again, it could also be the opposite of that, and you know, it's not that he doesn't know to wash his hands, he's just not touching his dick. He goes in there, pisses all over the walls or whatever. That one's unfair, it might not be him.
I got word from
Oh,
Blackbeard
I did
that every
think.
island has a treasure chest hidden on it. What's in the chest? I don't know. I'm not a fucking pirate. What I do know is that if you want to get that thing open, you have to find 3 corresponding glyphs. Look on the bright side. Nothing's trying to kill you.
But yeah, we've been having a child pissing on the walls and rubbing shit on the walls problem, and my bosses are like, oh, we're gonna catch him and shame him. But are you? And for the record, I'm not like, in case Donna or Mary's hearing this, I'm not calling you out there. I'm not saying, oh, ha ha. No, I'm saying, guys, if I'm a person who pisses on the wall and smears my shit on the wall, how are you gonna shame that? I mean, it's like these incels who say the shit out loud and don't realize that's why they're not getting
Let's see what
dates.
these things can do.
Well, I mean, if I have to treat my women like humans, well, what do you mean I can't just treat them like a thing made? How are you going to shame that? I mean, again, it's... Let me be absolutely crystal here. You should not, under any circumstances, be smearing your fecal matter on walls anywhere. We're humans. Due to our diet and due to our, like, advanced nature, our shit doesn't fertilize. Our shit just spreads E. coli. Know what I mean? By the way, here's that glyph. Blackbeard's glyph, one on the Queen Anne, one directly across from the Queen Anne. You can see it from the Queen Anne if you're real careful. Let me show you. Also, dig the Stony Kraken. Isn't that fucking cool? Like I said, there's a lot of things on this game, y'all. People sleep on this game. See the glyph? But as I was saying, if you play the game enough, you'll pick up on little shit like that quick.
I should find them all in no time.
But the other one, I think, is in one of the trenches. But oh, nope, it was right over here. So, for the record, for anyone collecting these glyphs from my video, Queen Anne, it's right behind Blackbeard's ass. Then directly across from Queen Anne on that mountain, you can see it from the Queen Anne. And I don't know if you can see this one from the Queen Anne or not, but directly under this big ugly floating bitch here. Basically, go to the mast, which has, it looked like Davy Jones on it. Not Davy, yeah, it looked like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
If I want to open
Either
this,
way.
I need to find those glyphs.
Yeah, I know, Kenzie. So if you look, you can also see that glyph. I thought that crack in the rock was the glyph, but if you notice, it's a just slightly brighter yellow tone. Again, Chad, I don't know why my eye cores are fucked up the way they are. I can't see red. It comes off as a grayish pink color.
Time to open that chest.
But I can see yellow. I can even see oranges. for the most part. But red just... That's why I sort of giggled at that. See red again. It's a song about rage and possibly domestic violence. But
Ooh, another birthday present.
just because they focus on that color, my whole body's going, oh, not me. Let's try this. Oh yeah, also I typically try to give glowing reviews as well as the bad. Monster coffee, not terrible. Sprite tea, what in the fuck were y'all thinking? That is terrible. And another one that I tried yesterday because it was my
I think
quotes,
the time
Friday.
might come to play old Cupid for Dane and Kiki.
Oh, but since it was my day off and I typically spend no more than $5, but no less than like $1 or so, because this is America and everything's fucking stupid. But I tried a new beverage, and I was hoping it wouldn't bite me in the ass the way the Sprite tea did, and it didn't. It was actually really good. A word of caution, though. It was in the gas stations. If it were in Ingles, I'd call it the Asian section. It was in the gas station's Hispanic section. My guess is because all the road crews that go through there. Because there's a Philly cheesesteak trailer that's right outside there that parks like a food truck. And y'all, I shit you not, one of these days I really, really want to stop and try it. I just also... I know how expensive Phillies can be, especially good Philly cheesesteaks. And I don't want to insult the man or lady by being like, oh, all I got is $6.
The Damned Souls Orientation
No,
Guide,
pay the
Chapter
price of the food
17,
you get.
The Battlegrounds.
If you can.
This graveyard is where dead of the previous war on heaven were buried. Here it is rumored that demons and angels alike haunt this place to this very day.
I mean, again, in a world where hell actually exists, in a world where, like, all these demons and shit can exist, yeah, why not ghosts? Not our world, but why not?
Let's see what these things can do.
Like I said, y'all, I constantly worry that I'm going to be a negative influence, and I don't want to be. I'm really trying to be a good guy here. As much as that can mean anything in this world. So understand, when I'm bitching, y'all, I'm bitching for all of us. I don't know, I'm yelling into the void for no reason, but I'm trying. Because I know that we could do better. I know that we could have so much more. For not only me, but for y'all, for we.
I found all the low-hanging fruit. Time to get to work collecting the rest.
I mean, fuck's sake, it's like medical in America. That blows my fucking mind. I understood in the dumb old ages, when like, people were still arguing the ups and downs of angels and fairies and... We live in times of science. We can actually test these things now. We can accomplish things and do deep tests. And I'm sorry, but nowadays, if you tell me you don't have evidence for it, I'm going to assume it's because there is no evidence for it.
This is so much better than therapy.
But yeah, it's just, why do we take this subpar bullshit? I would like to think it's not just because, you know, Americans are inherently racist and shit their pants in order to make a black man smell it. I like to think that's not the case, but I'm sorry, America proved me wrong. Because we're still doing things that hurt us just to get back at black America. And, I mean, this is not a white man's place to point this out, but y'all, most of those black Americans did not want to be here in the fucking first place. We forced them to come, or we forced our ancestors to come, We forced them to work here to build the place. And now we will do literally everything in our power to make sure they don't get to reap even a tiny bit of the benefits that, I'm gonna say it, y'all, they fucking worked for. Our ancestors slept on those things. We just enjoyed it. We enjoyed the freedoms of it. Their ancestors broke their backs to give it to us. And now our country is once again in a state that we would much rather die, like literally fucking die, than just act right. Just to pay back a debt we owe. We would rather literally die than do that. I mean, hell, look at the fucking Elon Trump discourse right now that we all already fucking knew was coming. Who didn't call this shit months ago? I mean, I knew it from the minute he brought Elon in. It was, oh, that's going to end terribly. Two narcissists working together? At least it should be funny, right? It was, in fact, not very funny either. And like I said, if anyone asks why I don't do the thing that everyone keeps saying to do, well, that's a simple one. As easy as it is to get a gun in this country, I've made it almost impossible for myself to get one until the war break out. Now let the war break out and bet I'll get a gun just because my first fucking Republican victim will be giving me the gun they have. First one tries to come after me or mine when the fucking wall's no longer there. Well, guess what, bud? You tried to kill me, so by product, everything that was on you when I dropped you. It's video game rules, son. Which is another thing that I don't think people realize, because that's a generational thing that, guys, I'm speaking to the minority here when I'm like, hey guys, I'm worried about blank next year. I'm worried about the next generation. I'm in the minority. Most of these kids today, it's not that they don't care, it's that they've already given up hope. Our generation's made sure to show them that. I mean, the kids came forward and said, hey, we're scared that the planet's going to burn down because everyone's being like assholes about it. Watch me throw this styrofoam out, stupid kids caring about the future. You think it matters? Well, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna live through it. It's like, that's not a flex, asshole. Thanks for, oh, well, I guess I don't have to worry about the state of the building, so I guess I'll shit all over the floor. Sound familiar, Frank?
I'm really good at
You piece of shit. Oh, this piece of shit, y'all. I was walking home the other day, and in his fucking little Superman America shirt, he come walking past me and give this weak-ass little wave like I'm on, oh, hey, bud, how's it going? When I say I walked through that, man, y'all, if he had stepped in my way, I would have not only walked over him, I would have walked on him. You sorry son of a bitch. Nah. For those of you who haven't kept up with the drama, I don't blame you. Frank is a hobo that normally I would feel very, very bad for. In fact, when my uncle first brought him into the house to use as a cudgel against me, I gave the hobo a sleeping bag. A negative 30-degree sleeping bag. That way, because it was just getting into the thick of winter, that way he wouldn't, possibly die. And I let him know everything that was going on. And he proceeded to shit all over the house. But, like, I can get used to Alice and the dogs and the cats because I've already had to deal with cleaning up human shit. I mean, people are terrible, y'all. People are fucking terrible. And that's not all the unhoused. That's not all people. But, like, Frank in particular, yeah, he's a terrible person. I personally, fuck him. I mean, yeah, definitely it's the system's fault too, but you gotta also be willing to own some of that and do better. And if all you're gonna do is drink every day and shit everywhere and be little more than a fucking animal, and y'all, I study zoology, I realize we're animals. There's a very big difference in us and like animals, right? I mean,
Does
even
not mention
zoo
that,
animals
Teddy,
shit in the corner. Frank don't shit in the corner. Frank shits in the hall, he shits in the room, he shits in the kitchen. Frank just shits.
Now's the time to collect as many souls as I can.
He's like an insect or a rodent of some kind. But I mean, I haven't been back to that house in months, mostly because there's no point in me going there right now. It's illegal, and I'm letting legal matters handle it proper. It's just still one of those amazing things to me that, you know, we live in a society, y'all. That's what they tell us. It's a society. I just haven't ever really experienced much of that society. It's kind of byproduct of living on the fringes. It's like, I really need to take the time at some point today, take my laundry and do another wash and hang it on the line. But I mean, I don't wanna. I'm fucking burnt out, tired. I would rather wear dirty clothes, much as that sucks.
This is bad.
I mean, do I like it? No. But the laundromat's a good 8 miles away. And, you know, people that you rely on, people that folks, you know, give lots and lots and lots of money to because those people are lazy cunts, can't be bothered to come and give that person who desperately needs their help a ride even to go get their laundry done. Or to cash a check. So, mark me, chat, that fucker will come back around next time David gets paid. Because he's a parasite. He feeds off of David like a gut parasite would. And worse, much like, you know, they accuse those adorable little island rodents of doing, oh, their pouches are set up backwards because they'll throw their kid out if they get chased by a predator. I mean, maybe, but this dude literally, oh, please, give me money. Jimmy, I don't have money. I'm doing my best, but I don't have money. But my kid! I'll do what I can to help the kid then. He uses his kid like a fucking shield. Like a token. Like a sign. He's too lazy to do any fucking thing for himself, so he makes his kid do things for him. In the form of that form of labor. Don't like it? At me about it, bitch. Try me. You supposedly watch my shows. Try me. I want you to. I'm fed up with your bullshit. I'm fed up enough that I'm airing this bullshit online. So you want to get froggy? Feel free to jump. Otherwise, take the tongue lashing you've earned.
Well
David's
done,
too nice of a
matey.
guy to actually tell
Now
you what
to
it is.
fix the damage those blasted
And I
imps
ain't
did to
speaking
my
for David
ship.
here. He might confide things that I will not share because not my business. Well, it's my business because I love David very much and I would give almost anything I could to see him be happy. But not my business in the sense those are his words to share. I'm sharing with you my words. Fuck you, asshole. And for anyone in chat that's very surprised and like, what the fuck's this dude spilling tea about? Now, listen up, I'll give you the story. Basically, this piece of shit that constantly asks my dude for help, like, I mean constantly, every time David gets paid, every single payday, it's almost like child support. Hey, please give me money. Hey, please give me money.
This is bad for my
And then he
OCD.
just vanishes until next payday for David. I mean, and there have been times, oh, I'll get you back, oh, I'll help you out. He never does. I mean, he is the picture of Parasite. I mean, for ages I had him in my phone as David's Parasite. And I guess because he realized I ain't gonna play that fucking game at all. I don't have it. I never will. And if I did have it, it'd go to good people like David or good people like Patty or people doing their best like Zoe or people like me. It'd be going to people that are at least trying. I will never give money to somebody who's just gonna fuck it all. I won't. I won't. I'll give you a sandwich. I'll give you pity.
Let's go!
But I mean, chat. This is one thing that my man did. He was nice enough because old boy literally calls crying and begging and snotting up, being like, but I just need some. So my man, my good man, does the good deed of, okay, fine, I ain't got much, but I'll get you something to eat. What would the kid like to eat? Well, he wants this, and then get mom this, and then get him this, and then get me this if you wouldn't. Go here for this. Motherfucker gives him a laundry list. It's like, oh no, please don't just get me free food because I'm too lazy to fucking get my own food. No, instead, get me designer food. I want you to go to McDonald's for the kid. Cheap, you know, unhealthy food, salty and full of nasty for him. But then I want you to go to... Oh, what was it? I'm probably misremembering where he wanted his food from. But it was like one of the sit-down Italian fast food restaurants. Not Fazoli's, but same vein as Fazoli's. You know what I mean? Not Olive Garden, but also not Little Caesars. And then for his mother, who I have no opinion on at the moment, to my knowledge, she busts her ass and does her very best. Hey, I don't blame parents for their kids. I don't blame kids for their parents. We're all just doing our fucking best. Now, yeah, some kids I might blame a little bit. Like, not Red River.
It's too hot to wear my hoodie.
Fuck. Missed that ball. Well, y'all, I take it as a point of pride that I remember serial killers real well. Like names. And Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. He was taken down by a group of people in town, specifically Spanish-speaking people, specifically because the iconic line that the Queen said as she noticed him from a TV was, "Oh my God, El Matador," meaning the murderer or the killer. At which point, he tried to steal a car, and the neighborhood, well, steal a truck to be specific, and the Hispanic neighborhood jumped his ass so bad that when the cops showed up, the Night Stalker, son of Satan, the darkness, this fucking almost comic book level villain of a man, grabs this officer's shins and, "Oh, thank God you're here, officer. They were going to kill me." Y'all, for real, why do we have 2 John Wayne Gacy movies, 4 Dahmer movies, 6 Texas Chainsaw Massacres, or in that neighborhood, Ed Gein? I think we've got 1. We might have 2. Please, Hannah, if somehow you're watching this with your vast eldritch knowledge of DVDs and Blu-rays, tell me if there's another one. But, y'all, Richard Ramirez was like... Okay, if Bucky Barnes and Captain America were handmade to be the best of us, and the best representation of America... Oh my God, Richard was made to be the worst. His childhood growing up, I believe it was either his brother or his older brother or his father was a Vietnam veteran. But not like a, you know, I served my country, we were just boys. Not a Vietnam veteran. More like, hey, look at all these women that I turned into sex objects. Hey, see that baby? Yeah, I literally killed her child in front of her and put her child's head on a stake. Ain't that fucking cool? Here's his skull. He was that kind of Vietnam vet. A monster. And little Richard, oh, that's unfortunate. Some of you in the older portion of my audience, like myself, just cringed when I said Little Richard. We're not doing that again. Little Richard was a good artist, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Richard Ramirez was a gigantic piece of shit. And, yeah, I don't understand how we don't have more movies about him. Because he was a monster, y'all. I mean, did shit that you would think would be too over the top in a movie. Like, he played pretend with people. And he wasn't pretend... Okay. Here's one case that came up that was on the record from him. He broke into an older couple's house. And remember, the thing about Richard that made him so fucking terrifying as the Night Stalker, he would rape and murder you whether you were a boy, a girl, an adult, a child, a senior, whether you were black, white, whether you... Most serial killers, and again, just, I've read the encyclopedia, I wanted to be on the BAU as a child. They will not allow someone who is schizotypal to be in the BAU. Just ain't gonna happen. I might as well try to be an astronaut at my age now. But, I mean, I say that, but in today's America, I guess if I robbed enough banks and kidnapped enough rich kids, I could, in theory, come up with the money to be an astronaut. Okay, to be an actual astronaut, to earn it. Unlike, you know, astronaut Katy Perry. Get over it. We did that, America. Are you proud yet? We did that. Could have cured hunger. Could have put the money into stopping childhood cancer, because, again, cancer is a mutation of the cells. We could, in theory, figure out what is causing that mutation, possibly, maybe, with enough research.
This is bad.
You know what we're not going to cure? And stick with me with this one, because it's going to sound bad starting it out. So just stick with me to let me stick the landing here. You know what we're not going to cure? Someone being Hispanic. You know what we're not going to cure? Someone being white. You know what we're not going to cure? Someone being black. Or, in that same vein, someone being autistic. Y'all, now look, there's some forms of autism, the super rare ones, that's not my place to judge the person, but that particular disease looks quite, or that particular, I don't know what to call it, looks very harrowing. Like, I wouldn't want that for me, so by the golden rule, I don't want it for you. But that being said, that's like a very, okay. In that same vein, if we go with that, comparing things, to mock the current head of the American CDC, guys, did you know that some people get so badly allergic to milk that they, like, explode on the toilet? Like, both ends. It's ugly. It's shameful. Oh, God. So, I'm now hereby moving that we ban all dairy products completely. Purge it. That sounds fucking ridiculous, right? Because this one very niche, very unfortunate... I mean, I'm just, again... Because I think autism is something that needs to be studied and understood. Not prevented, not made more ready. I don't know what the term there is, and I feel like I'm grasping now. But it's like, we need to understand it the way we came to understand, and hopefully we'll understand more again, being homosexual, or being ace, or being bi, or being straight, in its various flavors. I hope one day we come to understand autism as it is. I mean, we can call it a condition because it is something that affects people. But it's not... Can we take the stank out of it? Can we take that saltiness out of saying it? Because I'm tired of it, y'all. It's, for me, personally, I'm just fucking tired of it. And in that same way, it's the same reason that I get real... I'll admit it, I get a little out of pocket. I get a little exceptional with motherfuckers that use the R slur. Like, in conversational, yeah, they're so stupid. Instead of saying they're stupid, I'm gonna be an edgy boy or girl and say they're an R slur. I hate that shit. Can we please not do that shit? Because let's be absolutely clear here. Yes, some people who suffer from autism, and I will say it like that, suffer from autism. Yeah, they can't, you know, they can't handle their own bathroom materials. They can't deal with things on an easy basis like the rest of us. Some of them, about 1%. The rest of that 99%, because it's a goddamn spectrum, yeah, dude, they could probably outdo you. Like, anyone that wants to use the R slur as a pejorative, as a negative, bruh, most of the people that worked on the early days of NASA, the ones who built the trains, they were a bit autistic. Can you build an infrastructure?
Good job, Sisyphus. Keep running.
Sisyphus was the one pushing the boulder up the mountain indefinitely. I don't see the reference. Ooh. Oh. I mean, it's still kind of cool, but I thought the thunderbolts were coming out of her eyes. That was going to be all, ooh.
Let's see what these things can do.
Helsing's crossbows give me magic. I don't know, y'all. I didn't want to make the whole stream bitching about Jimmy, but I did want to put that in there, because quite honestly, every time I have to look at his stupid fucking face, I have an honest problem, y'all. It's a fucking problem. Now, it like the Disney movie Bambi taught my mother, which taught me, if you can't say nothing nice, you can always just shut the fuck up. So, I've taken that as a creed sometimes. Mostly because the other thing I was taught was to always be honest, even if you're being mean about it. And that being said, it takes a lot of work to get that level of comfortable, just because, yeah, you kinda, you know. Oh, I gotta go get Shakespeare for that. Okay. We go get Shakespeare, we do the Shakespeare loyalty, or we rescue Shakespeare, and it's probably gonna kick us right into the main ending. If it doesn't, we will go ahead and knock out... Oh wait, we still have a few other things to do here. Okay. Let's go ahead, save this vid, come back so I don't bitch about Jimmy in the next one. And we will do a quickie map crawl. And after we do a quickie map crawl, we'll go ahead and get Shakespeare's ability. Sound good, everybody? We'll finish off with Kinsey, just because, one, I like Kinsey Kensington more than Johnny Get. I know, hot take there. I like Johnny, too. But we'll finish off with Kinsey Kensington and a map crawl. Then we'll shave Shakespeare. We'll save Shakespeare. And if we can, we'll do his loyalty mission before we kick off the end of this game. If not, we'll go ahead and just get the end of the game. That being said, there's a special surprise at the end of this for y'all. And that is, this game has 6 endings to it. Not even playing. It has 4 or 5. I think it has 6, but it has at least 4 endings to it. I'm gonna try, probably fail at it, but I'm gonna try to upload all 4. Swapping between Kinsey and Johnny with each one if I can. This is gonna require me saving before the final scene, and then playing that last level over and over and over again. But we're gonna try, because I have unlocked them all before, and each one is kinda neat. I mean, it's... Guys, let's be clear, it's kind of like Bethesda or Ubisoft fucking original. So, like, 3 of the endings are basically the same, but with different words. It's near here. Another good way to find the glyphs if you're looking for them is listen out for chanting music. As it gets louder, you know you're getting closer.
This is bad.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 14. The Altor Corporation. Dane Vogel is an example for what the best of you can become. A businessman who serves as my throne. This mega-corporation exists at my leisure. And assuming it continues to serve my interests, I will allow it to persist.
Okie dokie. So we're gonna save here for now and move on.
I feel like we spend a lot of time down here coming up with analogies saying hell is better than other places on Earth, but let's be real, hell kind of sucks.
Again, Kensington, dear, I strongly disagree. And it's official. Motorcycle hell is a Harley. or a goat as they call them. Alright, I've said it 3 times. Y'all, this is only the first video of the day, so more to come. But after this, and after we beat the game, I'm probably going to take a quickie break. Because as soon as the sun comes up, I've really got cleaning to do. Right now it's dark, and, well, for example, in the kitchen, our overhead light doesn't work completely. And rather than break out the lanterns to do a cleaning, I just decided to wait till daylight. I will say I picked up a bag of sugar off the floor, so... And it was an open bag, it was sealed. Ooh! Hold up, hold up. Hold up, motherfucking minute. Hold up 1 motherfucking minute. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I thought it was a Let's Play Pretend, but hell yeah! Furry bar. In hell. Time for a bird.
My people have a home.
Y'all, somebody steal this. It's the year 2025. Somebody steal this. I would, but I'm poor. I'm definitely too poor to open up an exclusive bar. Somebody steal that would go off good in the right place. It'd go off real good in the right underground spot too, if you know what I mean. Also, points for them knowing what things are, because the pentagram is a symbol of Satanism that's been adopted in the modern era. That is a classic symbol of Satanism. If I can bounce on the fucker long enough. That is the actual crest of Baphomet, I believe. Because the actual crest of Lucifer, the fallen angel, the morning bringer, I have tattooed on my forearm. It's pretty. I mean, I wish a better artist had done it, but it's pretty. And one day it'll look better when I get money for a proper artist. Or money for the proper, oh. Or money for proper ink and needles. Sad game. Mature.
My car.
Books, toys, mags, and vids. Unfortunately, they've all been heavily used. Now I know that there's a mini thing with these. I just don't know how to initiate it.
This is really liberating.
There's a mini game where you run over husks with this. I just don't know. Either that or it's a trophy, but I thought it was a full-on, like, mini game. Where maybe it's you start a combo and then it goes. Okay, that didn't work. Or did it? Oh no, it did not. That said Spire, not Spree. Y'all have to forgive me, my glasses are somewhere. I don't think we've been to New Hades yet. At least not New Hades. Oh, this is Shakespeare's area, isn't it? Yeah, better get going for you. It's kind of triggering. By that I mean accidentally trigger Shakespeare's events. I don't want to start that yet. And plant. Alright, y'all. We'll be back. Ooh, pretty. We stopped at the official Church of Satan. If I could figure out how to build snakes in Minecraft, y'all, I think I would build this on my Minecraft proper world. Either way, y'all be good. We'll be back in just a little bit. This video should drop soon. And, yeah, just remember, y'all, it's about community. And if you tell someone you're going to do something, do the thing for 'em, y'all. Come on now, don't make promises you can't keep. Lesson of the day, don't be a shitbag. Y'all be good, we'll see you in a little bit.